Hi, this is Randy from ProNicheStore. At this point, you should have already went through the process of installing ProNicheStore. You should be able to browse to your domain/admin and come to a screen much like what I'm looking at right here. This is the admin logon for ProNicheStore. I'm currently looking at the admin logon for the demonstration site, so I will log into it. The demo site is a little bit different than the installation that you'll be looking at whenever first install ProNicheStore. Things have been disabled on the demo site that will be enabled on your version. Just going over the first page, the site setup, a brief overview of it. You'll want to change the site name. You'll want to make sure your site URL is correct. Make sure your admin email address set. You can disregard verify site tag and Google Analytics at the moment. We'll come back to that in later videos. Or you can look through the user manual and we'll have information about that. The SEO friendly link configuration, you'll just want to look at that and see if it's set how you want your links to appear. Page defaults, any field on a page that is left blank or has a default keyword, I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment, will get the values from your page defaults. So you'll want to set these to things that you want site-wide, pretty much like your keywords. If you want default keywords on all your pages, then you'll set the default keywords here. Same thing goes for description. Scroll down at the bottom of this for sure and change your footer, because your footer will have demo site listed here and you'll want to change that. If you need to change your password here. It's pretty straightforward. Let's look at the backup system. You can back up any of these three items or all of them at once. You'll click this button, it'll generate the SQL files, these restore files. These restore files can be restored at any time. These files reside in the backup folder inside your ProNicheStore installation. Save those to your local machine if possible through FTP. And then if you need to restore pages or configuration items, you can just upload those files back to your backup folder and hit this restore button. They'll appear in this drop down list as soon as you upload them and refresh this page. Our pages page, or our pages admin page, allows you to change everything about your site pages. This is a tree that is drag and droppable. You can drag items around. It'll change how they appear on menus. We'll look at that more in depth later on our tips and tricks. You can drag items underneath or into. That means that the about page would be a subcategory or subpage of the home page. To move it back out to the main, just drag it into the pages. It drags it back out to the main. There's two types of pages. There's store pages and content pages. This pretty much dictates where on the menuing system these pages will fall, and I'll show you some tricks on that later as well. And you've got defaults, or this is the default, this is the default keyword that'll pull in default values from your page defaults that we looked at on the site setup. Content above is simply content above your product listings. The product listings listed here are set aside for eBay and Amazon. You can actually put eBay in any of these fields, but products is a special field that doesn't get cached, and I'll talk about that later as well. Top ads, you've got top ads, right ads, bottom ads, left ads, and the footer down through here. Each of these fields has a visual editor. It allows you to pop open a WYSIWYG type editor and actually create your pages with what you see is what you get environment. You can add eBay and Amazon listings to your site by just clicking one of these buttons. Amazon requires a search index and or a browse node, but search index is what we're using here. You can put in browse nodes here, and you can select conditions and other various items here, and then you can just type in keywords. We're going to just show you very quickly how it generates the Amazon code that it will interpret later when it shows you the page. For musical instruments, we'll look at Fender, and we'll hit generate code. It generates the code for us. We hit highlight code, and then we just right click on the code after it's highlighted and copy it. Close this window, and then come down here, paste it in. So we've pasted in an Amazon code that will actually retrieve a list of 10 items from Amazon. Let's see, right clicking in these tree views will give you some more options. That's how you create a new page. If you want to create a new page within store page 1, you would just click new here, give it a title, test 1, and you can hit enter or click the save button. So now you have test 1, and it's underneath store page. This would cause this to be a subcategory. If you wanted to move that, you could move it over here to page 2. You could move it up to pages, put it back on the main. Shows you a little bit about how the tree works. The tree dictates the order of the menu. So if you want to reorder this alphabetically, you can right click and do a sort. You can also delete pages here, and you can enable and disable pages here. You do not have to save anything when you're messing with the tree, when you're changing things about the tree. Those are on the fly, and those changes are actually committed as soon as they're made. So be very careful. Well, you have to confirm deletes. If you are actually deleting pages, like if you want to delete this entire tree, you can right click on the parent tree here, or this part of the tree, and delete that, and it would delete all the pages underneath. So you would delete this page and this page if you did that, just to be careful there. Our plugins, at the moment we have eBay and Amazon. The defaults within Amazon and eBay plugin configurations here are what would be used whenever a user searches your main site. That's just something to remember. If a user performs a search on your site, it uses these values to facilitate that search. Themes, I will be making many videos regarding themes, but just to give you a rough overview, there is one option when you right click on a theme, and that's to set it active. That actually activates that theme. You can see which theme is active. It will have the green check mark next to it. There is a view option which lets you view not just this little screenshot or this thumbnail of the theme, but the actual theme itself as it looks with your page content. And that doesn't change your active theme. If you click this button, like say you selected a theme and then click this button here, it shows you how your site would look with that theme, but it doesn't set that theme active. It's like a live preview. This is just a thumbnail. I don't want anyone to get confused and think that this is a live view of that site. I don't think anyone will, but you can also edit the themes, certain aspects of the themes at least. To fully edit the theme, you'd have to use CSS and HTML. The theme creators can allow users to change certain aspects of their theme with this edit utility, and I will be showing more about this utility later. I'm going to change this background color. I just wanted to show you that this background color was set to purple. I'm going to change it to a green color, and then we'll preview what the site looks like with that green background. I'll save that. I'm going to close it, and we're just going to look at the site. Now we got a bright green background, just to show you that theme editor does work. I believe that's all I'm going to show in this video. Look around for other more in-depth videos, especially in the tips and tricks, or tricks and tips section. If you need any help, just ask in the forums.